All right. Anchor baby.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Let me go quickly to Calvin out of Ohio. Calvin, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, how you doing?
All is well, Kevin. Thanks for calling.
All right. So, I usually call on Monday or Tuesdays because where I work, I work like 11-hour shifts, like 5 days a week. So I'm never able to really call on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to finally like settle this debate. Like, I think you talked about it last week or the week before. You had a caller or a person that left a coffee asking you if Jesus had anger, and you said there's nowhere in the Bible where Jesus had anger. So I'm just here to finally settle that debate, like just to end it all.
About whether Jesus had anger or not.
Yeah.
And you believe Jesus had anger?
Man. I ain't gonna answer yet. First, I want to get all four of y'all answers first. So, what's your answer? Yes or no? Well, let me put it in this way. Is there anywhere that any situation that Jesus had, showed, or was angry?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So, hey, yes or no?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking Hake.
Oh, you talking to Hake right now?
Yeah, yes or no?
Oh, okay. Hold on. I got to turn his mic on over there. Okay.
Hey, yes or no what? That Jesus showed anger?
Showed, had, or was angry.
Depends on what you mean by the word anger.
Anger.
No, Jesus never had anger. There is no anger in him.
All right. Okay, so Mark 3:4-5. I'm going to give you the backstory. So there's a man with a withered hand in the synagogue asking for help. And the Pharisees are in the synagogue. They're ignoring him. So Jesus comes into the synagogue and he sees this. So the Pharisees are trying to see what Jesus would do to see if he would work or not on the Sabbath day. They want to try to catch him to try to see if he would break the law. So that's the backstory. So 4-5 says, Jesus says, is it lawful to do good things on the Sabbath day or to do evil, to save life or to kill? But the Pharisees held their peace. Now, the next verse, I'm going to say it loudly. I'm going to say it loud and clear so there's no confusion. And when
hold that thought. But before you said it, are you saying, before you read that, and I'll let you read it, are you saying that you believe God has anger or not?
No, Jesus. We talk about Jesus.
You believe Jesus had anger?
At that situation, he showed anger.
So you believe Jesus has anger?
He had, in that situation, he had anger. He was still human, so he experienced all our human emotions. He experienced all our experiences as a human.
So you believe Jesus was angry. Go ahead.
All right. So the next verse, and when he had looked around at them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts. You denying that?
Deny what?
What I just said.
No, I believe that that's in the Bible. And that means what to you?
So because he noticed that the Pharisees were ignoring this man that needed help just because in their law they could not work on the Sabbath day. So when he noticed that, he still helped this man. Even though it was against the law, he still helped this man, and he was angry at the fact that the Pharisees had a hardened heart and they ignored this man needing of help.
Right. And that's your proof that Jesus had anger.
At that time, at that situation, he had and showed anger.
Amazing. Okay. But what you don't realize is that was man's law, not God's law. And so Jesus was not subject
to not work on the Sabbath day.
Right. Jesus was not subject to man's law, And
He
maybe,
was
and what
subject
you
to
don't realize,
manslaughter.
and what you don't realize is that God did not give Jesus or us a spirit of fear. He did not give us a spirit of anger. That anger
Jesus was
is
a Jewish man, so he
that
still was
that
subject to
evil
law.
came from Satan, not from God. He only gave you love. He does not give you anger. He does not give you fear.
But
Do
Jesus
you
was still
disagree
human.
with that?
Yeah, I kind of do. Jesus was still human.
So was he
He was
lying
a
when he
Jewish man.
said? Was he lying when he said, "I did not give you the spirit of fear or anger"?
You gotta, Jesse. You gotta stay on top of Jesus. Was
Was
still
he lying?
human. He
No,
was
no. I'm
still.
asking you, was he
He was
lying when
a.
he said that?
I'm saying Jesus was a Jewish man. He was still accustomed to the laws.
But he wasn't subject to the laws.
He was a Jewish man, so he still was subject to the laws of the land.
But he was not subject to the law of the land. He was only subject to God. And that's what happens when you overcome being subject to the law of the land. You're subject to the spirit of the Father.
So you
And
say
that
he
was his
wasn't
whole
subject to the law of
point.
the land.
Right,
You say you say he wasn't subject to the law of the land, right?
right.
So when the Pharisees tried to get him in trouble again with the coins, Jesus said, "Give unto Caesar, Caesar, and then give unto God, God, what belongs to God." So he was telling everyone, give to God what belongs to God, but give
What
to
did that
Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
and what that meant to you?
Meaning even though he wanted them to follow him, he wanted to follow his ways, they were still accustomed to the law of the land. So they still had to obey the rules of the land.
Well, when you don't break the spiritual laws, you're not going to break the physical laws. And when you give to Caesar, you're giving to Caesar the physical things, and you give unto God the spiritual things.
Right. That's what I mean by he was still accustomed to the law. He
He's
was a
not
Jewish
subject to
man.
the law of the land. Are you saying that children of God are subject to the law of the land?
Meaning you are a child of God, right?
Are you saying that the children of God are subject to the law of the land?
Yes, you are a child of God, right, Jesse?
Are you saying that, Kevin?
Yes, you are a child
How
of God,
can you
Jesse,
be
but you are
subject to the law of the land and subject to the
because
Spirit of God?
because you live in the United States, so we are still subject to the law of the
How?
land. We are still subject to our laws here in America.
All right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're wrong.
How am I wrong? You are a child of God,
You're
but
only
you are still
subject to the
subject to the
law of
law of America.
You're only
You
subject
still
to.
have to obey the laws of America, right?
You're subject only to the law of the land if you're not subject to the laws of the heart. And most human beings are not subject to the laws of the heart. And so they got to
So
be
because you are a
contained.
child of God,
They got to be contained by something. Are you a black Israelite?
No, I'm not.
Are you a Christian?
I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that stuff.
Oh, right on. Are you a Christian?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet. I don't see. I don't like the word Christian. I don't like the word.
Why not?
Christian. I don't want to follow. I don't want to follow the religion. I want to work on having a relationship with God. I don't want to do the whole religion thing.
And why not?
It's just. It's too much. It's too much up and down. It's too much up and down.
But what that has to do with you, though? You don't have to be up and down because it's up and down.
I would like to just have a relationship with God. I don't want to say I'm a Christian. None of that.
Have you overcome the anger of your heart?
Me, I'm gonna be honest. Oh no.
You have not.
Oh no. It's times I get angry.
Why don't you drop your anger?
It's time I do things wrong.
Why don't you drop your anger?
Bro, I was angry the other day when somebody almost was. I was on the freeway. Somebody almost hit my car, man.
Why don't you drop your anger?
I was angry at that, man. I'm like,
why don't you?
Y'all never have to speed and on the freeway that much.
Kevin, why don't you drop it?
Because it's just you hear that answer a lot. So It's mainly because me, I'm still human, so I get angry. I get angry. So
Are you human?
I can't just say I want to drop anger and then it's just gone.
Why not?
Forever.
Why not?
Because I'm still human. I'm flawed.
But are you
flawed.
human?
I would think so. I'm not a cat.
What is a human?
A human being. A human being is just me, just flawed human. I can't really explain it. I'm just.
Did Christ?
We are completely off subject right now.
Did God call you a human being?
We are completely off subject. How do we get to this? How do we get all the way to this?
I don't know. I think because some of you said, did God call you a human being?
You did it again. I didn't try. Every time I try to keep you on something, and then you just try to slip your way out.
But I dealt with that. I told you Christ did not have anger because his father does not give you the spirit of anger. He said, I did not give you the spirit of anger. Overcome anger.
But Jesus was still a human being. He was still a human being. He still experienced all of our emotions, all of our experiences.
You think that Jesus had the kind of anger you had on the freeway?
Kind of. It could have been similar, but I wasn't there. So it could have been similar. It could have been similar.
No, it wasn't similar at all.
I yelled a little bit. So, but so he wasn't happy about it. You say there's good or evil. He wasn't happy about it. So what was he?
Who wasn't happy about it?
I'm saying, like, in that situation, Jesus was not happy about it. So
about what?
You say there's no gray area. Gray area.
But Jesus was not happy or angry about that situation.
You say there's no gray area, so what was it?
He saw it for what it really was. And let me ask, because of time, Calvin, did God call you a human being?
I want to say I have to think about that more.
About what?
I have to think about that question more on a literal stance or just my opinion.
So at this point, you don't know if God called you a human being or not?
I mean, we are human.
So at this point, you don't know if God called you a human being or not?
I'm gonna do more research on that, then I'm gonna let you know.
Meaning that at this point, you don't know if God called you a human being or not?
You mean like did he literally say it?
Did God call you a human being?
I'm gonna do some more research. I'm gonna do some more research on it.
But at this point,
I like to research and just do my own studying.
But at this point, Kevin from Ohio don't know if God called him a human being or not.
You ain't have to do all that.
Oh, what?
What you just said?
About you not knowing if God called you a human being or not.
That whole sentence.
Kevin from. Oh, okay, I got you. So do you don't know at this point right now? You don't know if God called you a human being or not.
Well, yeah, he did. We are human beings.
God called you a human being?
Do you mean that literally?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Because if I say yes, and then you probably gonna ask, where did I get that from?
But I'm asking you a question right now, one at a time. At this point, you don't know if God called you a human being or not.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, God calls us human beings.
God called you a human being?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
You better not do it.
When did you get that idea that
I
God
knew it.
called you?
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna do that.
Where you get the idea He called you a human being?
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew it.
Kevin, I got to take a break. Call me again, all right?
All right, I'll answer that question next time.
All right, buddy. I got to take